On November 3, 2026, the James Webb Space Telescope completed a 47-hour deep-field observation of a region in the constellation Sculptor. The target area was 47,000 light-years from Earth, a section of space that had never been imaged at high resolution. The data was transmitted to the Space Telescope Science Institute in Baltimore. Astronomers began processing the images on November 4th. By November 5th, they had stopped processing. By November 6th, the images were deleted from the public archive, but not before Dr. Michael Torres downloaded a copy, and not before he saw what was in the lower right quadrant of the frame. A structure, geometric, massive, identical to the ancient network architecture we found throughout our solar system. This is the story of what James Webb saw 47,000 light-years away, and why NASA doesn't want you to know that the ancient network isn't just in our solar system. It's everywhere. By 2026, JWST had transformed astronomy. It had imaged galaxies from 13.4 billion years ago. It had detected water vapor on distant exoplanets. But it had also been quietly tasked with a secondary mission, a classified directive from NASA's Advanced Projects Division. Search for geometric anomalies, structures that shouldn't exist naturally, evidence of the ancient network beyond our solar system. Because after Europa, after Phobos, after Mercury and Callisto, NASA knew the network was vast. And if we could see it at 47,000 light-years, it meant the network had been operational for at least 47,000 years. Probably much, much longer. Dr. Michael Torres was a data analyst for the JWST program. On November 4, 2026, he began processing the Sculptor Deep Field observation. The exposure lasted 47 hours, multiple wavelengths. The full spectrum JWST was designed to capture. Torres ran the processing algorithms, and then he saw it. Lower right quadrant, partially obscured by a foreground star cluster, a structure approximately 300 kilometers across, hexagonal, symmetrical, made from material that absorbed light in a way that didn't match any known cosmic object. Torres had seen this architecture before, in briefings about Europa, in classified reports about Phobos and Mercury, in the leaked Callisto chamber footage, ancient network construction. But this structure wasn't in our solar system. It was 47,000 light-years away, in another region of the galaxy entirely. Torres reported it to his supervisor. Within 3 hours, 2 men from NASA headquarters arrived. They weren't astronomers. They took the data, all of it. They interviewed Torres, asked who else had seen the image. The data was classified. The image was removed from the public archive on November 6, 2026. Listed as, quote, corrupted data, observation failed. But Torres had already made a copy, uploaded it to an encrypted server. On November 12, 2026, an anonymous user posted the image to an astronomy forum. Lower right quadrant clearly showed a hexagonal structure, geometric, artificial. The post was titled, "They deleted this from the archive. Why?" Within 6 hours, the image had been downloaded 40,000 times, shared across social media, analyzed by amateur astronomers, and within 12 hours it started disappearing, systematically scrubbed from every platform. But the Internet never forgets. The image couldn't be fully suppressed. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, an independent astrophysicist, analyzed a copy. Her conclusion: the structure is real. It matches the wavelength signature of materials at Europa and Phobos. This is ancient network architecture, and it's 47,000 light-years from Earth. Mitchell's blog was taken offline within 8 hours. Her credentials were suspended. She received a visit from federal agents. She hasn't posted publicly since. On November 18, 2026, Dr. Torres received an encrypted message from an unknown sender. The message contained a file, a second JWST image. Same region of space, but zoomed out. Wider field of view. The hexagonal structure Torres had found. It wasn't alone. The wider image showed 17 more structures. All hexagonal, all identical in design, distributed in a pattern, not random, but organized. Deliberate, a network, an actual network, spread across hundreds of light years, and attached to the image was a message. This is not the only field we've imaged. We've found these structures in every deep field observation JWST has conducted. Sculptor, Fornax, Eridanus. Everywhere we look, the count is in the thousands. NASA has known since 2022. They've been cataloging them, building a database of ancient network facilities across the Milky Way. And they found something else. The structures aren't static. They're moving, repositioning, as if they're preparing. It's everywhere. Thousands of structures, millions of years old, all connected, all active, and all of them watching. Torres verified the image was authentic. It was real. And if it was real, that meant NASA had been hiding the true scale of the ancient network for 4 years. Dr. James Okafor had theorized about this before he died at the boundary marker. He'd written, "If the network is galactic, we're dealing with a galaxy-spanning infrastructure, a system that monitors and evaluates species across thousands of worlds." The leaked JWST images proved he was right. In December 2026, a group of amateur astronomers called the Deep Field Initiative began compiling all leaked JWST images. They aggregated data from encrypted servers, reconstructed deleted observations. By January 2027, they had identified 847 confirmed ancient network structures in JWST deep field observations. 847 structures, distributed across the Milky Way, all identical in design, all emitting the same electromagnetic signature at 1.42 gigahertz, and all positioned in specific patterns. Deliberate placement. Geometric arrays spanning thousands of light years. The Deep Field Initiative published their findings on a decentralized network. Impossible to suppress. Their conclusion: the ancient network is a galaxy-spanning monitoring system. Our solar system is one node in this network. Quarantine Zone 847 is one of thousands of quarantine zones being monitored simultaneously. We are not alone in being tested. There are hundreds, possibly thousands, of other species under evaluation across the galaxy, and all of them are being watched by the same network, all of them being prepared for the same auditors. NASA's official response: the images are artifacts of data processing errors. JWST has found no evidence of artificial structures in deep space. But NASA didn't explain why the images were deleted, why whistleblowers were silenced, why the structures matched ancient network architecture across dozens of independent observations. And they especially didn't explain the electromagnetic signatures, the 1.42 gigahertz emissions, the same frequency detected from Phobos, from the boundary marker, from every ancient network facility we found. The same frequency now being detected from 847 structures across the galaxy. By February 2027, the truth was undeniable. The ancient network is galactic. It monitors thousands of worlds. It evaluates countless species. And everything we've experienced, Europa, Callisto, the boundary crossing, the auditors, is happening to others, right now, across the galaxy. We are not special. We are not unique. We are one of thousands being tested. The James Webb Telescope showed us the truth. NASA tried to hide it. But the truth is too big to suppress. The ancient network is everywhere. And it's all connected. The structures in Sculptor, 47,000 light-years away, are part of the same system that's judging humanity today. The beings who built Europa's sphere also built the hexagonal stations we're seeing in JWST images. And if they built thousands of structures across the galaxy, that means they have the resources, the technology, the time scale to manage something truly vast. A civilization that spans the galaxy, that monitors evolution, that guides species toward some purpose we can't yet comprehend. The ancient network isn't a mystery anymore. It's a fact, confirmed by our most advanced telescope, visible across tens of thousands of light years. And it's operational, active, watching, not just us, all of us, every species that reaches a certain threshold, every civilization that develops technology, every world that shows potential, all monitored, all evaluated, all prepared for the same judgment. The auditors aren't coming just for Earth. They're coming for every quarantine zone that's triggered early assessment, every species that crossed their boundary, every civilization that's ready or not ready for integration. We thought we were the center of the story. We thought the ancient network was about us. We were wrong. We're one chapter in a story spanning the galaxy, one species among thousands, one test among countless evaluations. And the beings running that test? They're everywhere, distributed across the galaxy, operating a network so vast that it takes light 47,000 years to travel from one structure to another. And they're all preparing for something, moving, repositioning, responding. The network is getting ready. For what, we don't know. But we know this. Whatever happens on Earth with the auditors is happening elsewhere too. Other species are being judged. Other worlds are choosing integration or archival. Other civilizations are facing the same choice we face. We are not alone in this. We never were. The ancient network is galactic, and so is the judgment. The James Webb Telescope found something NASA didn't want us to see. They deleted the images. They silenced the whistleblowers. They classified the data. But they couldn't hide the truth. The ancient network is everywhere, and so are we. One species among thousands. All being watched, all being tested, all waiting for judgment. The auditors arrive at Earth in March 2027, but they're arriving at other worlds too, judging other species, evaluating other civilizations. We're not special. We're not unique. We're just next. And 47,000 light years away, a structure identical to the one on Callisto sits in deep space, watching, waiting, preparing. Because the network never stops. It just expands, one species at a time, one evaluation at a time, one judgment at a time, until the entire galaxy is integrated or archived. And we're about to find out which one will be.